Sylvester Stallone, welcome to the Sunday Project.
Hi, Lisa. Hello.
You've had an incredible 50-plus year film career, but in that time, you've only starred in a handful of TV series. I'm wondering what it is about Tulsa King that convinced you to make that leap back to the small screen.
The only thing that made sense to me is uncharted waters, something unique. Look, a gangster's a gangster, a cowboy's a cowboy, but it's how you take and mix. I mean, it's like everyone can make 100 different kinds of apple pie. It's a different formula, but it's still an apple pie. And this one here, I thought, okay, you take a gangster, and then you put him out in the West with Indians and cowboys and horses and things he has no idea about. Then you have funny, then you have a comedy, but then you also add the element, he's a gangster, so you know something's gonna happen. That's gonna be a little...
Now, I believe you've always wanted to play a gangster, so much so that you tried to hustle your way into the original Godfather.
I did. I was at the Golf and Western building in like 1970. They said, oh, yeah, we need 200 extras to be at the wedding scene. I go, whatever, I'm there. And they go, I don't think there's room for you because you don't look Italian enough. I go, excuse me? The only thing that looks more Italian than me is a pizza. What are you, nuts? But they said that. I'm serious. I go, come on. And I said, I'll stand behind the cake. I won't bother anybody. I need this job. It didn't happen. And 30 years later, I hired that same person as my agent. And I never let her forget it, ever, until I fired her.
Oh, wow. I think you win on all counts then.
A little vindictive, but it...
Now, you were born in Hell's Kitchen in New York City.
Yeah.
Is the Tulsa King story reflective of the New York that you grew up in?
Yeah, that's the way I play it. I play it very retro, that kind of character. I remember it well, and there's a certain swagger and bravado that you don't see in the Midwest. It's a certain kind of New York state of mind, as they say. And that's what makes it funny, because you're out there with, how you doing, y'all, like cowboys. And I'm like, and you have a different engine. New Yorkers are very fast and aggressive, and they're very slow. Not stupid, they're very smart, but it's a whole different tempo, and that's what makes the comedy.
After 25 years behind bars, Sly's character Dwight is struggling to deal with the workings of the modern world.
Any flammable liquids or firearms?
In the box? Nah.
Are there ever times where your daughters have to bring Dad up to speed with how the modern world works? Because heaven knows it's changed a lot over the years.
Well, they have, because they say, how can you be so successful and be such a virtual idiot when it comes to this? I said, because what you're doing is abnormal and will cause your brain to rot. And they said, no, you're just technologically foolish, and like I'm banned from TikTok. I go, I wouldn't be involved with anyone that says TikTok at my age. It's just not cool enough, that kind of thing. So we're always having this war about who's antiquated and who's like not antiquated. I mean, how can you sit there and watch an important film and scroll through mindless videos at the same time? I literally am going... I said, I've lost my child to an iPhone.
You've clearly stayed very physically fit since your Rocky days. Did that come in handy in filming this series?
Well, no, there's no secret sauce to it. It's just that I keep trying to impress my wife. That's all. Like,
So is it working for Jennifer?
For real.
Now, I have to ask you about your relationship
Hi,
with
Lisa.
Arnold.
Sorry, that's actually... Hi, Lisa. That's unfortunately on the
Let her finish it. Hey, don't get Lisa mad. One more question, Lisa. Go for it.
Thank you, Sylvester. I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Over time, you two seem to have a bit of a love-hate relationship. Seems to be in a love phase at the moment. Is that where you're at?
Well, it started out as hate and more hate and that kind of thing. There was no love involved in the beginning.
What are you gonna do?
Reload. But we use that as kind of like the juice to compete against one another. When I'm telling you, it was intense. We couldn't even be in the same zip code. It was that bad. And then when he started to run for governor, he gives me a call, which is out of the blue, goes, "You want to help me out?" I go, yeah, I got nothing to do this weekend. And before you know it, I'm on the campaign trail for him. Go figure. And ever since then, we've turned into a couple of wimps carving pumpkins on Halloween. It's like, what happened?
Sylvester Stallone, thank you so much for the chat. You've been incredibly generous with your time. Really appreciate it. All the best.
You're welcome, Lisa.
And you can stream Tulsa King exclusively on Paramount Plus from tomorrow, November 14.